Welcome to S2SE Life Transition Coaching with your host, Paul Garwood. It is a pleasure to be on the air this beautiful Sunday morning, bringing you some valuable information that you can carry with you throughout the week. My show is about dealing with the many different curveballs that is thrown at individuals throughout life. These are called life transitions. And what I do as a coach is I try to help people get through these transitions and then go into a life of empowerment where they can learn, where they can deal with these transitions, learn from them, and move forward to have a wonderful, empowered, and abundant life. Today, the subject of my show today is going to be obstacles and barriers. These obstacles and these barriers are things that stop you from changing your life. They make it difficult to deal with life transitions, and they will stop you from accomplishing your dreams or accomplishing what you were born to do. It will stop you from finding your purpose. It will keep you stuck. And no one wants to go through life being stuck. The first thing I want to talk about when it comes to obstacles and barriers is that we have what you call external obstacles and barriers, and we have internal obstacles and barriers. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to identify several obstacles and barriers that stops people from being stuck in their life. The first one I'm going to talk about is very, very important, and that is people. People are one of the biggest barriers and obstacles in a person's life. And people can be a barrier in many different ways. I'm pretty sure that everyone listening to my show can identify with a person that has stopped them from accomplishing something that they wanted to do. I've run across people that will talk you out of doing what you know you should be doing. They do this by convincing you that what you are trying to do is dumb, silly, ignorant, or it's beyond your capabilities. You know what they say. You can't do that. Or you're too old to try that. Why you want to do that? There's no way you're going to be able to do that. Well, let me explain something to you right now. That is a recipe for disaster. That will keep you stuck. You will go through your entire life not accomplishing nothing that you wanted to do. And what they gonna do? They gonna sit back and they gonna laugh at you. Misery loves company, because it's a given fact that the people that's telling you what you can't do is not doing anything themselves. See, people that are doing something themselves will encourage you to try to do something different. They will encourage you to change for the better. They will encourage you to seek out your dreams. They will help you through the curveball, the obstacle. They will help you get through the life transition. But it's those people that are not doing anything. They will refuse to be your cheerleader. What they're going to do is you're not going to get no physical or emotional support from them. Or they're only going to give you tacit praise. One of those, oh, okay, that's good. Have you heard that before? Oh, okay, that's good. It's not going to be no praise, no admiration. They're not going to be proud of you because they're not really in your corner. They're not really supporting you. They will ridicule you, and they are doing this for selfish reasons. And the bad part about it is the people that usually do this are also your family or your partner, the people that's closest to you. I'm going to tell you what you need to do if you are going through this today or if you have to go through it in the future. If you have dreams, aspirations, goals, if you're going through something and you're trying to get through it to change for the better, if you just want a better life, if you realize that the life you've been living, and it doesn't make a difference how old you are, is not the life that you want to live, you need to surround yourself with supportive people. Because when you have the right support, when you're being supported and encouraged the right way, you can achieve and accomplish almost anything you want in life. I'm going to put some emphasis on that. If you have the right people supporting you, and if you have the right support, you can accomplish and achieve almost anything you want out of life. The other thing I want you to do is when these haters, because that's all they are, they're wannabes that can't do what you're doing, so they hate on you. When you get hit with this haterism by family, friends, whoever it is that's doing it, whoever it is that's making your life difficult, you have to stand up, be assertive, and tell them, this is my life. And I'm going to try my best to accomplish and fulfill my dreams and aspirations. And no matter what you do, I'm not going to let it stop me. That's what you cannot do. You cannot let that haterism, that ridicule, that mocking, that zero support stop you from striving to attain your dreams and your aspirations. Your determination has to be off the charts. It's not going to be easy, but you have to stay determined. Old school, thick skin. And believe me, when you're done, your entire life will change. Your entire life will be better. The second one I want to talk about is a very, very touchy one. Now, this is a extremely big obstacle and barrier to trying to change your life for the better. And that's money. Money is probably the biggest barrier that causes people not to follow their dreams. Especially if you have to put up some money and invest in yourself. People will say time and time again, I don't have the money for this. People just will not invest in themselves. But they'll spend money. They'll spend money on everything out there. They'll spend money for cars. They'll spend money for clothes. They'll spend money to eat. They'll spend money. But when it comes to investing into themselves, even if you don't be successful, but we're not going to be negative because you will be successful, but people will not invest in themselves. And those haters out there will not want you to invest in yourself. But they will take the money that you could have invested in yourself and spend it on what they want to spend it on. This is what they do. But I'm going to tell you, you have to find a way to invest in yourself. And believe me, you have to cut out some things. You have to really go and explore and look at your life to see what you have to cut out. Because there are many different ways you can come up with the money that you need to fulfill and strive for your dream. Money. Why can't people spend a little money today to have a lot later? Don't let lack of money stop you from striving toward your dream. Sacrifice. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. Let me tell you what I had to do. Is to go out, spend money going out, play lottery, spend money playing lottery. I had several habits that I used to spend money on. Fast food, going out to eat fast food, several things. If you really take a look at your life, you will find things that you can give up. Again, it might not be easy, but you can find things that you can give up where you can use this money to invest in yourself. Journal your life, take a look at your life, find those things. Don't let money stop you from striving for your dream, making that change, dealing with that transition. The third thing I want to talk about is another big one, and this is time. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I work. I got a family. Oh, I got to clean the house. I got to cut the grass. Oh, I got to get rest. I don't have time. Everyone says they do not have sufficient time to do this or do that. Many people use a demanding job and a long commute home. What they want to do after they went to work, after they drove to work, after they worked, after they come home, they want to spend the evening relaxing, building up energy to go to work the next day. A lot of people become so ingrained, they become so focused on their job, they don't even have they don't have time for family, let alone dreams and aspirations, or making a change in their life, or dealing with an issue, or dealing with a transition, or dealing with a problem, or trying to empower their life. They're slaves to that job. They're slaves to that 9 to 5. Time wasted is very common for people who claim they don't have time to pursue their dreams. You have to think out the box. I was a slave to my job. Only thing I thought about was going to work and working overtime. And then I come home beat down, want to go to sleep, get ready to go the next day. When I wanted to change my life, as I was going through my transitions, and I wanted to seek a new life and empower myself in a different way, and I started striving for my dreams and my aspirations, I cut out a lot of that TV time. I wasn't just hanging out and having fun on the weekend. I also realized that I couldn't come home and relax every day to get ready for the next day. I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice sleep. I had to sacrifice activities. I had to sacrifice things so that I could make it happen. I've got up and did stuff before I went to work. I've did things on my lunch hour at work. I've come home and did things when I came home. I've had to stay up a little bit later than I usually do to get things done. I couldn't use time as an excuse, and I don't want you to use time as an excuse. People that gotta rest all the time are not going to be successful. Once you get done, you'll have plenty of time to rest, and you'll be resting as a happy, content, satisfied person. See, many people, they rest, but they're not happy. That job that they resting for every single day, it's not making them happy. It's just putting some money in their pocket. It's helping them to pay the bills. But they're resting an unhappy person. But if you make the sacrifice and find what you were born to do, make those changes, go through your transition, empower yourself, you'll be able to rest every day a happy, content individual. I'm going to say this and I want you to remember it. If time is your excuse for not pursuing your dreams and aspirations, you need to start cutting out all of the time wasted in your life, like monitoring what other people are doing on social media, being nosy, internet browsing, going from website to website, watching TV all the time, listening to videos, watching videos, listening to music, or any other activity that's not productive in you pursuing your dreams and aspirations. If it doesn't contribute to your life goals, you need to leave it alone. You need to let it go. Because the truth is, you probably got more than enough time to seek and strive for your dreams and aspirations. But what you got a problem with is time management. Learn how to manage your time better. Don't let time be an excuse for you not striving for your dreams and your aspirations. The next one is a very, very, very big one. And that is your job. If you're working in your job, your 9 to 5, the job that you cannot stand going to on a daily basis, if that is stopping you from pursuing your dreams and aspirations, then that should be your first goal, because that is a serious life barrier. One of your first goals should be to figure out a way to change that. Your job doesn't make you happy. When your job is the reason you cannot be happy, you're not going to want to work there. You're not going to advance. You're going to hate going there on a daily basis. So if this is one of your main barriers at achieving in life what you want, you really need to give some serious thought to finding something more suited to you, both emotionally and practically. And this is one of the biggest life transitions that I help people with, and that's a career change. A career change to make yourself happy. Finding your purpose, finding your passion, and making a career change to making yourself happy. Doing what you were born to do. Learning how to monetize your purpose and your passion. This is what I did. Every day now, And even though I'm still in a transition, because I still have a job that I go to. But this is part of my transition. This is why I can help it, because I'm help other people, because I'm living it now. I'm going through my transition little by little. I'm headed toward totally being able to do on a daily basis what I was born to do. Letting my purpose and my passion take care of me, of my family, and I. I spoke earlier about external barriers, and we just got done talking about them. Those things were the external barriers. Remember, people, money, time, and your job are external barriers that could stop you from changing your life, could stop you from striving for your goals and aspirations. But now we're going to talk about the internal barriers. And these are even deeper and harder to get rid of than the external ones. The first internal barrier I'm going to talk about is fear and anxiety. You have people that are afraid to fail, and you have people that are afraid to succeed. But if you can overcome fear and anxiety, then you'll be able to accomplish your dreams and aspirations. Fear of failing will stop a person from trying, and fear of succeeding will stop a person from trying, because they don't want the responsibilities and expectations that comes with succeeding. They have problems with self-confidence and self-esteem. They're afraid to fail and afraid to succeed. But don't let your fears or anxiety get in the way of improving your life. If you have a self-confidence and self-esteem problem, the best thing you can do is to build up a string of achievements, and this will build up your confidence. Number one, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to do it. And when you get in there and do it and start to accomplish things, this is going to build up. You're going to achieve, and this is going to build up your confidence. And then you're going to see yourself, you're going to see doors opening, you're going to see doors behind the doors, behind the doors, behind the doors. And you're going to see a life that you didn't even know existed. You're going to see possibilities that you didn't even know existed. So don't let fear and anxiety stop you. That's internal barrier number one. Internal barrier number two is learning. Sometimes you have to go back to school. And this one hits home for me, because when I made my change, I had to go back to school at 47 years old. I got mocked about it. I got talked about. What are you trying to go back to school at 47 years for? He should have done that when he was younger. Anything and everything was said to my face, and I don't know what was said behind my back, but I'm pretty sure a lot of it was. Probably with a lot of snickers. What is old butt trying to do? What is old butt trying to do? But you can't let that stop you. You cannot let that stop you. Everyone is capable of learning something new, no matter what age you are. If a program of learning is necessary for you to realize your dream, you need to get into that learning process. And I was apprehensive, but once I got into it, it was exciting, fun. It still is. I'm a lifelong learner now. And I'm about to go back to school in September, and I am so excited. Because what it does for you from a mental standpoint is just amazing. And it will help you get so much out of life. So much. So those are the two internal barriers that stops people. Fear and anxiety and afraid to go back and learn, afraid to go back to school, thinking I'm not smart enough or thinking I'm too old to go back to school. But that is not what you need to do if you want to make changes in your life for the better. If you want to accomplish your goals, if you want to strive for your dreams and aspirations. Yes, there are many barriers and obstacles that you would identify, and not just these. But they are not barriers. They are not permanent barriers. They are temporary barriers. Temporary barriers. They're not permanent. And I don't want you to make them permanent. If you don't let them become permanent barriers, then they're just going to be temporary barriers that you'll be able to get over. Don't let it control you. Don't let it stop you. Make them temporary. Make them temporary. Well, that's it for my show today. I truly enjoyed talking to you. I'll be doing my show bi-weekly, so look for me, bringing some very encouraging inspiration. Again, this is S2SE, Life Transition Coaching with Paul Garwood. It's been a pleasure signing off. Everyone have a very nice week. Bye.